training to its proper place. The environmental impact is minimal. The rewards will be amazing. Fourth, we need experienced, educated leaders. But where do good leaders come from? They must come from the trenches. It should be forbidden for line and chief officers to spend most of their careers in staff positions and then be allowed to assume command of line firefighters with little actual firefighting experience. Effective leaders must put firefighting first. I know that technical rescue is glamorous, hazmat is important, and emergency management is a current hot fad, but in the past 10 years, almost 50 times more Americans died in fires than in natural disasters, terrorist acts, and hazardous materials incidents combined. And good leaders must also be educated. We must support the efforts of Dr. Dennis O'Neill and the National Fire Academy. We must increase funding for the USFA and fire programs around the nation. Why is so much money being directed to emergency management, disaster mitigation, anti-terrorism initiatives, and hazardous materials response when they actually constitute a minimal threat compared to the fires that kill fellow citizens in ones and twos day in, day out, all year long? Fire departments, like police departments, who seem to really have the handle on this, must seize every opportunity for training and assist their members in obtaining training as frequently as possible. Local community college fire science programs, many of which have been abandoned in the last few years, should be rejuvenated, revived. And the internet offers a solution for increasing the education level of the fire service, provided the quality of the programs is high and access is widely available at home as well as in the firehouse. Fifth, we must gain control of the standards-making process itself. Why do bureaucrats think they know more about firefighting and what's best for us than we do? But we're out of the loop. As much our own fault as anyone's. We must get back into that loop. Become politically active. Help determine your own destiny, the standards that will keep you safe. Get behind the pastoral bill. Sixth, we must be sensitive to the changing face of America and how this will impact fire service recruitment and retention down the road. Almost 50% of our nation's population now belongs to a minority group. The so-called Generation X problem in education is real, and it must be addressed. Problems in education and discipline in society at large are migrating their way into the fire service. Fire training today is much more challenging than it was a few years ago. As a group, we must acknowledge these issues and begin formulating plans to solve them before it becomes a crisis. And lastly, let me say that I am proud to be a firefighter and very proud to be associated with all of you. Many of you, I'm sure, like me, are a little saddened by the shifting priorities of the modern fire service. One firefighter at the hot class on Tuesday told me that the fire service today seems to be a lot about nothing. One Eastern fire department has stopped using the title firefighter and now calls its personnel ERTs, or emergency response technicians. Talk about a blow to morale. And imagine some little boy or little girl telling his mom or your daddy that they want to grow up to be an ERT. And while sagging morale may be a fact, we must always remember why we became firefighters in the first place, and that our traditional mission, fire suppression, is still very unique. As the late senior whip in Engine Company 48 in the Bronx used to say, "Sure, that's great, but can he make a long hallway?" What he meant is that there are many people capable of performing the different functions on our diverse menu of services. All the functions except for one: crawling down that hot, smoke-filled hallway, never really knowing if you might come back. And that's why we are unique. We are firefighters. We should be proud of that fact. So my dear brothers and sisters, keep making those hallways, but please, stay low, stay safe, and God bless all of you. Thank you.